Hey, my name is Caroline, and I have a story to tell you about the constant struggle of my life. I'll tell you directly. I'm not good looking. I'm not trying to sugarcoat it. I'm pretty ugly. And trust me, I'm not trying to be an attention seeker who's fishing for compliments. I'm really just being honest here. If looks are a genetic lottery, I literally haven't had a single number called. Both of my parents are good looking people. So nobody really knows who I took after, but they swear I'm not adopted. I'm healthy. I have no deformations, no abnormalities. I just don't have a good looking face. With no exaggeration, I wish I could tell you that I'm just used to what I see in the mirror, but I usually still want to call the exorcist every time I see myself in the mirror. However, I'm glad that I can be humorous about it instead of being super dramatic and telling a story full of suffering. But trust me, I haven't always had this attitude about my looks. Because believe me, I've received every single awful, offensive comment or well-intended but still offensive motivational phrase that any ugly person could hear. Some of my first memories are from being a toddler. I had no idea that my looks were abnormal. And the other toddlers I played with didn't either, but their parents did. They would say backhanded things to my parents like, "Oh, it's so much more important for a girl to be nice and polite than have good looks, right?" What the heck? Now, my parents always supported me. Now, they've never called me a beauty, but they've helped me understand my strong points and my weak points, and it's been really helpful. However, they couldn't help me when I started to go to school. You know how cruel kids can be. I can't even begin to tell you the things that I've been called because of my looks. Like, if you were reading a fairy tale about a princess and a dragon, you look more like the dragon than the princess. Hey, are you sure you're not adopted? Because you look more like a troll than your parents. But thankfully, they got accustomed to my looks, which was a miracle because I still hadn't. Even though it wasn't easy, I actually made some friends. I have a decent personality and people like to talk to me. And if I'm being honest, there's an extra benefit that comes with being my friend. My pretty friends look absolutely stunning in comparison with me. So that was my social role at school, the ugly friend. It sounds better than outcast, but it still kills your dignity. I'll admit that when I was in my early teens, it really got to me. I was so tired of being constantly mocked because of my looks. All of my friends were getting cuter, and I was still ugly. I figured I was never, ever going to get a boyfriend, and I was pretty depressed at the time. I tried to do the best with what I was working with. I took care of myself, made sure I had cool clothes, I worked out, I started using makeup early. My mom was actually the one who taught me how to apply makeup, hoping it would help. Thanks to her, I was still scary, but scary chic. For a second, I thought maybe when I grew up, I was going to get plastic surgery. But to be honest, I'm not the type to do that. First of all, plastic surgery to me feels like cheating. I think it's more freeing to live your life the way you're created. And in my case, I wouldn't even know where to start. I mean, unless they could erase my face completely and redraw a new one. So like I said, I was depressed. Even though I was doing the best to work with what I had, no one was attracted to me. However, I tried to take the situation with humor. Because after all, it's easier to survive if you're laughing rather than suffering. Somewhere along the line, somebody gave me the nickname Yoda. Because apparently, from some angle, we look like twins. And that's what they started calling me at school. I thought it was kind of funny because it seemed like no one was trying to offend me. So I decided to embrace it. I started cosplaying as Yoda. I spoke like Yoda. I called everyone young Padawan and was always giving out wise comments. And once for Halloween, I came dressed and wearing makeup like Master Yoda. Not that I needed too much makeup, to be honest. It was an enormous success. People appreciated and started laughing with me, not at me. That's when I understood that maybe the situation isn't so hopeless. Slowly, all of my schoolmates started respecting me, and I was actually voted school comedian. I eventually came to the realization that people are cruel towards those who are weak and embarrassed, but they praise those who are strong and comfortable in their skin. And I can't really blame them. That's how psychology works. And that's when I thought that I can have benefits with my face, even if it seems impossible. I've had several auditions at drama schools lately and received very good feedback about my comedic skill and unusual face. Imagine that. I guess everybody's tired of the same pretty faces. And good actresses with non-standard looks actually are valuable. So finally, I'm at peace with myself. After school, I want to go to acting school, and my face will be my trademark. I'm still a little scary, but I'm proud of it instead of being depressed by it. And that's what I want to tell everyone who's embarrassed by their looks. Be proud of them rather than be ashamed. Own who you are, and may the force be with you. Thanks for listening to my story. For more stories like this, be sure to subscribe to this channel. Please give this video a thumbs up and comment below to let me know what you think.